This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Sorry about today. I think I dropped one long video and then I didn't drop videos for a while. So, anyways, let's do a long video now, and I'll run through the topics. So I won't stay on something too long. All right. So, Tekashi did a funny stream today, making fun of Trippie Redd. Trippie Redd came out looking like a Chucky doll, right? He has a couple songs I like. He has a song with XXXTentacion. He has some song called with Diplo that I like. He has a couple songs. He has a couple songs on his albums that aren't that bad, actually. He's a very weird person, though. He thinks he's like a super blood. He tries to be too gang affiliated, just like when Tekashi was too. Tekashi tried to be too gang affiliated. Now he's clowning Tekashi. Tekashi's clowning Trippie Redd for being like a goth. They were like dancing like him and everything on the stream. Because Ryan Garcia did this weird stream with Trippie Redd where he thought it was like, when he left, he was like, yo, that was dark, bro. Like, look what Trippie Redd looks like, a lesbian goth losing with struggle braids. Braids that are hanging on, or whatever you want to call those. Those aren't even real dreads. They're just like big braids. Anyways, they're hanging on for dear life. He says, you know Kanye? Do you know the song Ghost Town by Kanye West? Who's that? I don't know who you're talking about. That's Ryan Garcia is kind of weird now. Ryan Garcia is a boxer and a streamer now. Everybody's a streamer. It's very weird. All right, so Molly Santana, I'm not really familiar with her music. Now I am, because she's on the Drake album, so I checked out a couple songs. Ugh. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not going to be one of these people that's just like, it's garbage, bro. I do not know why she's on this song with Future. I have no idea. This reminds me of the Yeet thing. You guys might like Yeet. I'm not into it. I'm sorry. It's just not my thing. It doesn't even sound good to me. Not at all. I can't even like, you know what? I can hear where this is good. You know, like no. It's just, it's crazy. Drake's continued on this path where it's like, this is the newest thing. I'm gonna go with it. Like, I don't know, man. Anyways, she says, I be chilling, got a DM for, I don't even know if this is real. People be making up conversations about it. She said, I be chilling, I got a DM from Drake because, you know, we follow each other on IG. He was like, how much you charge for a feature? At first I always thought, like, fake account, didn't respond, FaceTimed, and ain't no way I'm going to charge him to be on the album. She said, I can slide for free. It's Drake. He insisted business is business. I was confused. I was like, 100K? 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 You're not that big. I don't know. So anyways, he was like, nah, it's too low. You get 500,000. 500,000? I said, cool. And it was what it was. Such a great guy. Promised to give me a feature on my next album. Well, it's going to cost more than that. He also linked me with Future. Alright. It's on that Ran to Atlanta. It's good. It's a good song. The first half is good. The second half is She Comes In. It's like some of these songs on Drake's album, like, I like the first half and the beat switches, you know? Or I hate the first half and the beat switches and I like it. But you know, it's a good album, bro. For what's out here, this is the best we got right now. It's good. I don't think this is Drake's best album. It's cool though. It was important. And some people hate Drake, and that's okay. I don't hate Drake. I like his music. I don't hate Kendrick either. But I think Drake does a lot more for the culture than Kendrick does. That's just how I feel, okay? I feel like Kendrick is just a different artist, and that's it. But I think Drake, like, pushes a lot of things in the culture forward. Kendrick doesn't do so much. And a lot of people think Drake is a sellout, but if he's a sellout, how is Kendrick not on the same level? Kendrick does the same kind of deals, the same kind of they do the same similar deals with clothing brands and this and that. Like, I don't know. Well, Top 5 was accused of selling his chain because Drake said someone in OVO sold their chain on one of the songs. Joe Budden said it was definitely Top 5. Top 5 said, I never owned an owl chain in my life, you fool. I'll boom it on you. This guy was locked up. Now, talking about owl chains, there was like 20 of them lined up to hand out to people. Obviously, Academics got one. I think Brenda Dawn. For some reason, Brenda Dawn got one. Seth, what was his name? The comedian. I forget his name. I like him too. He's a good comedian. He was on one of the first tracks. He acted as a cop. He's funny. Shane Gillis, right? Yeah, Shane Gillis got one, I think. I guess just being a part of this project, you get an owl chain. I thought it was for people that were down. I don't know. Wack 100 goes off on. So don't forget, Wack 100 got pressed by Fat Joe. That is a fact. Fat Joe said, "Hey, yo, what's up with all this thing? Da, 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 about the Pistol Pete thing, right?" There's video of it. Wack 100 says, "Yo, we just had a talk amongst brothers, man." Now he's going back off on
his
Pistol Pete again.
Pistol Pete rat paperwork. We see why he fuck with Max B now. You talking about?
Oh my gosh.
You be in Pistol Pete?
Nah, he talking about Rat Hunter. Rat Hunter Pistol Pete.
Yeah, kill all rats. So that he been operating under Torres, and Torres ain't his last name. The nigga real last name is.
What y'all think about the content?
Driving.
I don't know, man. Somebody reposted this on Twitter. I don't even know who captured it, but bro, Wack 100 is just, he's always looking for the next rat. But then he helps take down Big U. I'll never understand this thing that happened with streaming where all the people who claim to be gangsters became content creators. I mean, you got Big Bang Black now. He's out here. He's a vegan now. He said, "I'm a vegan. I don't eat that much. I'm a vegan." And then he says, "I'm doing the Tekashi interview." Yeah. No offense to vegans, but I think some people go vegan for the health reasons. Some people go vegan and they turn into a weirdo. Okay, not everybody. Okay, I know plenty of people that went vegan and they're, it doesn't affect their mental health. Some people, they can't handle it. It's Goldmouth defends Big Bang interviewing Tekashi 69. Yo, acting like he's still in the streets. He's off the streets, guys. He's changed his life. Listen, I don't know Goldmouth. No offense to him. I think he's friends with Big Bang Black, so he's supposed to defend him. But no, bro, you can't explain this one away. It's morals and principles of what people stood on that can't just transform one day. Like, you know what? I don't feel that way. I'm not a gangster no more. Like Quando Rondo, I don't want to be a Crip no more. No, it doesn't work that way. You can't wake up one day and be like, yo, I'm not a gangster anymore, guys. I'm a suburban kid. I'm a suburban. Academics reacts to Rick Ross saying Drake will get over it soon. He said the same thing I said. I think if you have any common sense, you know that Drake's not just going to get over it. You went really far. You called him a white boy. You basically called him a culture vulture. When he jumped on 15 songs with you, whether they were on Khaled's album, your album, his, whatever. He kept you going. You're getting a lot of money from those songs. The publishing alone, you sold. Many people don't know that Rick Ross did a deal. I don't know what the deal was with his masters and his publishing. He didn't sell them outright. He leased them or something, but he borrowed money against them to invest in REITs. He borrowed money on what they're worth. So right now there's a lien, technically, on his publishing and his catalog. That's why there's no report of a sale. It was structured as a lien. So he borrowed money against it, was able to invest in this REIT with a bunch of other rich people. And he keeps doing business with people that allow him to act as if these assets are his. We know the house in Georgia is his. We know he has a house in Miami. The other house in Miami, the $35 million house, that's part of a real estate investment trust with multiple people attached to it. The jet he has is registered under Maybach Music Group, but Brett, I think part of that liquor company, has something to do with that jet. Something's going, the difference between a Rick Ross and some other people, right? It's about how much money you keep. So let's compare Rick Ross and 50 Cent. 50 Cent doesn't publicly own a jet. I think he's part of like NetJets or something, and he gets private jets when he needs, right? When you're part of a jet program like that, you get cheaper rates. Rick Ross owns a jet, so now he has overhead, and he owns it with probably other people, right? If you're the biggest person that puts in on the jet, you can do different things with it as he put his name on it, right? Now, Rick Ross is still in his mind. There's two ways people are rich. There's people that show that they're rich. So everyone's like, yo, he's doing well, man. He's got 20 Ferraris. And there's the person who keeps their money and keeps it invested in things. And they're rich, but you don't see it as much. 50 Cent's not showing you Bugattis. He's not showing you mansions. He's done all that already. He did that early in his career. He had the big house immediately. Took Rick Ross many years to get to that level. Rick Ross always had big houses, trust me, okay? I've seen him in person, actually, at one point. And I'm talking about before the big mansion. He had big houses, okay? But 50 Cent did all that stuff, right? Showing money, doing the Now he's into investing his money and doing films and stuff like that, right? Rick Ross he's had Wingstops and everything. He sold all the Wingstops. You notice he doesn't talk about it anymore. And he's invested in real estate trust now, but he's also into showing he has money, whatever that means, take away. Always remember, it's the person who keeps their money, not the person who spends the most money. Drake's 3 albums. It's going to be about 800. Let's just call it. It's going to be an 800,000 unit first week. That's big. It's a big week first week. Somebody made this meme. DJ Khaled when he realized Drake was dissing him on the album. Someone said Drake spent $15 million just to ice out the CN Tower. Maybe in Jamaican dollars. Come on. I could see 100,000 changing some lights. I think it cost $15 million to make it blue. I'm sorry. We already talked about Rick Ross. Adrian Broner and this guy Dean the Great. They're like doing a tag team on Selena Powell. I mean, that's not gonna end well. So Drake got. People were saying Stunna Sandy is on the album just to spite. She's on one of the second album. I think the second album she's on, and it's to spite Ice Spice. I don't know why, but for some reason, that's what I like. Some were saying because she wouldn't smash all this other. I don't know about all that, but hey, Then we got Ja Rule's in Trinidad. The funny thing is, he got on the radio, and I was watching this, and he's like, you know, I have links to Trinidad because my wife is Trini, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. But then I thought about it. I was like, he's been married for 30 years to this woman, right? And he says, yo, when I'm here, she said I got to try doubles and shark. In 30 years, you never went to Trinidad with your wife and you've been rich? 30 years, you never went to Trinidad. It's your first time in Trinidad. And you never tried doubles or shark with your wife. When you live in New York and they sell doubles in New York, because I've had them. There's plenty of Trinidad restaurants, Trini restaurants in New York, right? Bro, your wife never made you doubles? It's not hard. I can make doubles. I can make doubles, bro. Like, it's not too hard, okay? And he didn't even bring his wife with him back to her country. She was American-born Trini. That's all I can think of. Which is fine. It doesn't mean anything. I'm just saying, like, you just sound crazy, bro. You're trying to have some link with the country. Just say, hey, yo, I'm here to enjoy. Da-da-da. My wife has Trinidad, descendants here. But you still didn't bring her. It's weird. Someone said, high-calorie snake DJ Khaled starts smoking after Drake cooks him on Iceman. So Nicki Minaj, right? Why isn't she on any of these albums? I think that after, even they never did a video for what, Counting Green or Green Eyes, whatever that Nicki thing that Nicki dropped during the shutdown. I think it was called Counting Green. It was her, Wayne, and Drake. Great song. I actually miss those three making music. I wish that they were still making music. I wish they were good. I wish that we got a Lil Wayne and Drake album. I wish we got a Lil Wayne, Nicki, and Drake album. They could use it right now. All of them, honestly. It pushes them to make better music, But a lot of people are citing that Drake probably believes that Nicki put a battery in Meek's back, or maybe Meek told Drake that, she was pushing for the Ghost Rider thing to expose it. I don't know. I could kind of see that. Nicki is very competitive, and she thought Drake was getting too much attention. I don't know. Nicki's competitive, bro. I'm not to take anything from her. I support Nicki, but I don't know, man. It's sad. That's all I could say. It's sad that they don't work together anymore. And I did not realize when I was watching. I was like, oh, let me watch Amen. But I forgot this video. So I watched it. I didn't realize Juelz Santana was in the video. Bro, Juelz, man. You got to get your life together, bro. Juelz, something happened with Juelz. I used to work with Juelz, if you don't know, back in 2008. Really wanted to see Juelz get back to it, right? And he was only 2 years from dropping an album, and, he just needed some new energy, right? So I was like, yo, let's do all your old mixtape stuff and just flood it. He would have came back, but he wanted to push Skull Gang. And at one point, I had to tell him, yo, bro, you got to push yourself. And he was like, yo, don't tell me what I got to do. Cameron pushed me. And I was like, all right. And then me and him kind of fell out eventually, right? Over some other stuff. Over some stupid stuff. I've talked about it on here before. It's really just over him being cheap. Meaning, he would even... I didn't have a lot of money then. I was like putting all my money back into like cameras and stuff like that. We're talking about 2008, And like, even though I was doing a lot of work, I didn't have a ton of money, bro. I was like paying my rent. I was cameras. I was doing this, like I had cars, like my car and everything. Like I was just balancing life, I was doing okay, but I didn't have a ton of extra money. So I was like, yo, if I keep coming, I had to keep going over the bridge to get to his studio. I was like, yo, at least just like was it? Yo, just give me the gas and toll money because I was on a certain amount of money per month. You know, like I didn't have a ton of money. It's expensive living in New York, you know. Man, he just didn't pay me or anything, and I was like, dude, this is like no money, bro. It's like he didn't even have the money to pay me, and it was small. It was like a couple $100, you know. I was like, yeah, just give me a couple $100. I was doing tons of videos, and we were just trying to, you know, like get as much content as possible. But, you know, we were doing Skull Gang stuff. This stuff wasn't going anywhere, you know, unfortunately. I like a lot of the Skull Gang guys, you know, but it was just like Juelz needed to get himself back up, you know. And then you see Juelz like acting like a groupie in a Meek Mill video where like Meek Mill's a new artist and you're just in the video, but you're not even in a scene where you're like performing or anything. Like when French and Waka Flocka and everybody are shown in this video, they're like at the show, right? He's in the room like he's one of the groupie members, like the guys that like just roll with him on the road. I was like, Juelz, bro, I didn't even realize you were in this video. I was like, wow. Juelz really just didn't drop anything for like, how long is it? Like he tried to do like, every time he tries to do a little comeback, he just goes away. Like, remember we did Love and Hip Hop? He was like, I'm going to drop a song a week. That lasted 4 weeks. And then he went to jail, and then he came home, and then he dropped nothing. Oh yeah, he dropped like one mixtape, something like that. Then he's been shooting videos and still never drop. He's like scared to drop. Now he does interviews about Dipset. I don't know, bro. He's 44 now, and he hasn't dropped anything of any significance since he was 28 years old. It's a long time, bro. And he's talented. The Central C thing, we talked about that already. And don't forget, like in this video, OVOXO. Weekend was a part of OVO. That's why Drake's mad at him. Betrayed him. Then it made me think about YG. Remember YG? When he was, please, why you still hating? That song, right? Drake's on the song. And he's like, Drizzy came through with the verse from me both times. And then he says, where I'm from, that's an automatic hold down. And then you dissed him on Weirdo. 2 years ago. You're Rick Ross, YG. YG, you're lame as hell, bro. I really like YG too. I like a lot of his music still. It's still in my playlists. But it's like, yo, bro, what happened? You were too cool for the program, bro. You were too cool. Too cool for school. Here's another one. The Game. Do you think the Game has been pretending for the last 2 weeks that Drake sent him a jet to fly to New York and then fly to Toronto. He doesn't have one picture with Drake. He's not in anything on the Iceman rollout. And then I got to thinking, he knows Drake's not going to call him out on it, but he's pretending like he's part of the moment to try to get some whatever, you know. He's like, yo, I got to look like I'm traveling, so I'm going to like do this, and I'm going to look like I'm going to Toronto just to say what up to Drake. That is the lamest thing ever, bro. And you know why Drake probably keeps him at a distance? If you really think about it, Game's a snake, bro. Game signed to Game didn't even sign to 50 Cent. Game was a favor to Dre for 50 Cent. 50 Cent was asked by Jimmy Iovine and Dr. Dre to take Game under G Unit and get him hot. And that generated all the buzz he needed. Game's talented, bro, but that's the buzz he needed to go diamond. Okay? I think he went diamond, or he at least sold 6 million records. He sold a lot of records, bro. And the Game had a great career. But he messed it all up. So now he's like, all he does is talk about 50 Cent. He talks about Drake. He talks about Kendrick thing. The game's super talented, bro. Like, and you know, he was a part of Kendrick's come up. You know, he gave him a song or two. You know, it's part of Nipsey's beginning. You know, like he gave Nipsey a song in the beginning. He took Nipsey on tour, just like Drake took Kendrick on tour in the beginning. You know, but now Kendrick doesn't even mess with the game. Didn't even invite him to the pop out. The game is like the West Coast just doesn't mess with him. Like, they mess with him and they don't mess with him at the same time, if you get what I'm saying. Like, YG and all these guys, they hate him. They hate him, bro. They might pretend they like him in public, but they don't like him, bro. There's no collabs going on or anything. Isn't it crazy? I mean, Game is like, he put on for the West Coast when the West Coast needed it. He's a snake, too. Don't get me wrong. I've worked with the Game before. Okay? I'm not trying to, like, make it about me, but, like, I saw that he was, like, bipolar. And I was like, oh, okay, he's just bipolar. Like, because, if you don't remember the Jacka, that was someone that, you know, I like the Jacka. You know, like, I wouldn't call us, like, best friends, but, like, we would, if I went to the Bay Area, I called Jacka and we got up and we hung out. Okay? I don't know what to call that. Okay? We hung out for days. And I met him through Cormega. I did his first video at Barney. I did the first video for Jacka called Barney back in 2006, right? And then years later, we worked together a couple times, right? So anyways, I was like, yo, Jacka gotta get on. To me, he was always like the Bay Area Jadakiss to me. They had the same look. They were both dope. So, Game had this song with Mr. Fab on it and Jadakiss. I'm sorry, and Mr. Fab and Jacka. And it was on the Patron mixtape. Dope song. So I remember when I did this video with Game one time, I said, yo, I love that song you got with Jacka and Mr. Fab. Can we do that song, the video? Like, I'll just do it. And he's like, yo, I'm going to the Bay Area next week. Holla at me. So we holla at him. And I was like, yo, so it's good? He was good. I said, I'm going to call you 2 days before you go to confirm it. And he just disappeared, bro. And Jacka couldn't get a hold of him or Mr. Fab, right? He just ghosted everybody. And we never did the video. And that's when I was like, oh, he thinks he's bigger than the program. That would have been a good song for him to put out, too. It would have shown, like, it would have been good for him, too. It would have been good for everybody. But never happened. And I wasn't going to fly all the way to the Bay Area to look like a sucker, you know? So I didn't go. And I was in LA at the time, and I was just going to shoot up there real quick, but I don't know. Everyone's trying to be a part of this Drake moment. Turk put up a photo and said, Iceman going crazy. Just to show that, hey guys, I mess with Drake. Everyone's doing that. It's not just Turk. Let's see. Gilbert Arenas' girlfriend. I forget her name. Was his wife. She used to have a show, the Pineapple Show, on YouTube. And Gilbert got in there and they started dating and he married her. I forget her name. She has like a French accent. It sounds like a French accent. I don't know where she's really from, but she wasn't impressed with Drake name dropping Gilbert Arenas. Big Bang the Vegan. Oh, this is funny. I guess Damaris is the girl that's on the show with Rory and Mal, and she used to call Drake a sellout. She said Kendrick's exposing Drake to being a sellout. 2024. Now Iceman dropped. She's got her whole body out the sunroof. She can't contain herself. Crazy. Classic switch up. I don't even know what to title this video. So long. But Anyways, I appreciate you all. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Please share this video, and I'll check you guys in the next one. Peace.